Itasca Books, resignation ground supervisor classified, Wichita. Maya Williams, coach cross country certificated Orleans. And then probational release, Askia classified Hoopa High. And then we have transfers. We have Tracy Camel. She was transferred from Hoopa L to Hoopa High. Christy Meisner transferred for one-on-one aid from Jack Norton to an LP ACES classified at Hoopa L. Rodney McKinnon transferred from junior senior high teacher back to Jack Norton certificated. And that was it for that.
Thank you, Dana. Next, we have our information discussion correspondence with the Epic District Business Agreement and Epic Master Agreement allows for Climate Tree Joint Unified School District to hire a special education staff in the amount of $175,748.57. That's for information. Yeah. Then we go to the consent calendar. We have the approval of the board meeting minutes for August 12th, 2025. Do we have any public comment on the minutes? I would propose that we approve the minutes with edits. Do I hear a motion?
I'll look into it closer for you.
I have a motion made by trustee McLaughlin, seconded by trustee Jackson to approve the board meeting minutes for August 12th, 2025 with edits. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion is approved. That brings us to the first action item, approval of warrant distribution authorization for Humboldt County Office of Education. That is a form that we approved earlier in the year, but it's back on the agenda to add our payroll clerk to the list so she can pick up payroll. Right. So do I hear a motion or public comment? Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't know if you had any
Okay,
questions.
any questions?
Any.
Wow, I was like,
I have a motion to. Okay.
do I hear a second? Second. Motion made by trustee McLaughlin, seconded by trustee Ray to approve the warrant distribution authorization for Humboldt County Office of Education for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none, it's approved. Thank you. Second, we have approval to update the governance handbook cover, just the cover, to include Klamath Trinity Unified School District's new superintendent's name. Do I hear a motion? Well, any public comment on that?
Can you spell it right?
Yeah. Thank you. Did you hear a second? I didn't. I have a motion made by trustee Jackson, seconded by trustee McLaughlin. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion is approved. That brings us to the results. It's actually ratification of the straw vote for approval for the National Indian Education Association NIE contract for 2025-2026 in the amount of $669,074.47. That was a straw vote that was done back in May. We had the results in the packet, but it didn't come back for ratification, so we are now bringing it back to approve that straw vote. Do I have any public comment on that issue?
I just wanted to update you. I didn't get on your agenda that we are in the process now of finishing our school needs assessment and our school support plans. We are upping double our students this year. So every case manager is going to have 40+ students. So we're going to service from Willow Creek to downriver to Orleans. We're going to be servicing over 250 students this year. And our target on most of the schools is attendance. And so if you know anybody that needs a referral to the program, we're taking referrals right now also.
Thank you. Trustees Gray.
Okay, so we're approving the $669,074.47. But when I read it, it talks about more money. So is it gonna cost more than the 669,000? Because it talks about more money that they would bill us for?
Over the course of the years of the grant, that number will go down. I don't know the percentage, so we started at a high amount. And then the NIEA will start kind of pulling back in order to create some sustainability that we take over the community schools program, hopefully. So that number will next year, there will be another contract. But they won't, to my knowledge, they won't be billing.
Or more than the 660, because the way it talks in here, it talks about it and it talks about. Termination if we don't pay, that kind of stuff. So it's just the contract, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, so if I may, so the contract is for the 600 and some odd thousand. That is what our purchase order, that is what the approval was up to that amount. If there are any other billings that exceed that amount, to which we've already made the payment to NEIA. If there's anything that comes in that exceeds it, it will have to be brought back to the board for that approval, because you guys had a set amount. Just so you know, we're not gonna just.
Okay, all right.
You can see it.
Just that one.
Any other questions? Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
A second. I have a motion made by trustee Jackson, seconded by trustee McLaughlin to approve the straw vote for the approval for the National Indian Education Association NIEA contract for 2025-2026 in the amount of $669,074.44. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved. That brings us to approval of the Orleans field trip to Crater Lake, Oregon, using ELOP funds of $525 on September 16th through the 19th, 2025. Do I? Oh, good. I just, thank you, Karen. I just had it, so this whole trip's only costing $525?
That's what I was wondering, because I definitely have more money on there. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm standing here right now.
Okay, I was wondering.
Is that possible? That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. I don't have, well, it's probably in the packet. You have the printout of all of the.
No, this is all we
I'm
have.
sending it after I publish it.
Oh.
Out, so if you can just tell us.
Okay, I know that, so the camping was, I think. Can I pause and pull it up on my phone? I have all this information on my phone. I want to give you accurate information.
Yeah,
I didn't bring it.
Sure.
It's an iPhone. Sure. Okay.
I don't know.
Gonna take me a second. Yeah, I think the 525 was just the camping.
For food or something.
It was just the camping, I believe.
And the ELOC funds would be covering the camping.
That's what we would like to have happen. Yes. Let me pull
Okay.
And
it.
the rest of the, well, will be paid for by.
McWick,
Let me type it. Okay, here it is. That didn't take too long. All right. So I've got all the chaperones listed. I have this whole planning doc. So in the itinerary, all the things we're gonna do. Driving directions and getting their cost analysis. Okay, so the vans, taking 3 vans, it's 470 miles round trip times 3 vans times 0.75 cents per mile is gonna be 1,060. Then the park is gonna be 525. That's where we're camping for 3 nights.
The cost per night is $175. And then we have meals. We had asked for non-perishable items from the school district that we could do for breakfast and lunch. But we were just told that we can't do that.
They can do the first day, but not
The first day, but not the second and third day.
Yeah.
So I had put an approximate cost of meals as $2,000, which is like, I know that we can feed the kids for much less than that. I was being kind of conservative with my analysis here. But that was gonna be for the dinners, and now that's looking like that would be for the breakfast, lunch, and dinners for
2 days of one.
yeah, right. And Save California Salmon is helping us with this, so they have some funds that they can put towards the food, but they can't do it all. So
Do you have an amount that they are able
I
to
think
do?
about $500. Crater Lake, that fee is, we have a waiver that we've got from that, and then the Science Works Museum on the way home would be $160.
Just $160 for the Science Museum.
Yeah. So I don't have.
Total then, that's everything?
Yeah. And I was,
So after we did that ELOP training yesterday,
yeah,
I realized that we have to have an ELOP plan.
yes,
So I'm a little bit worried about spending ELP funds on this. I know that we can do like the vans, the park and the science museum. I'm just worried about the food. Is there any way we can come up with a different way to get more of the food? Or is there any other like donations that we maybe could get? Because the other stuff we could even do that out of unrestricted or whatever, but the food. Or, yeah, but the food would be my concern,
So on here it says MICWIC grant for gas and food.
but not all of it. She said.
I don't have,
Oh,
did not put MICWIC grant for gas and food on any of my documentation.
how did it get rid
Don't have
of
that.
that?
Because that's what was mine.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird because it says the
Yeah.
ELP funds and MICWIC grant for gas and food.
That was from like a last year.
That must have been
something.
old. Yeah,
It could have still been on it if you just kind of used it, but.
yeah.
No, I don't know.
I think if the board's willing to approve the trip, as far as like the overnight piece,
Yeah,
and the chaperones have all been background checked and that's all cleared. Then you and I will figure out how we're gonna do this. I think that's okay if the
Okay.
board's okay with that. I can, because I did tell her I thought we could pay it out of ELOP funds, and then I did ELOP training yesterday and learned. We might be able to do things like this, but it's pretty particular. We have to have a good plan, and right now our ELOP plan is only summer school. That's all that's written into our current plan. So I'm a little bit worried about.
I thought we had a plan written up for field trips in our ELP.
Well,
thought so too.
we definitely used it for that purpose.
Yeah, I thought we
had.
we used throughout the year last year?
I think wasn't
Do you have
it
to
used
do it
for
every year?
summer, in the summer or something, right? Yeah, there's something
Okay, go
specific.
ahead.
It is my understanding that we did not do the full 30 days, that we had only did the 20. So the last 10 days in June constitutes summer school to finish out that fiscal year.
It's a requirement.
And to which we have a plan in place for summer school. That's why when we did the 2 weeks
We tacked it on.
after June, we tacked it on to that fiscal year. So it's separate from moving forward into this school year. And the
So
plan.
you have to, so you're saying the plans are yearly then, because we went on
It's
the
not
field
have to be-
trips.
It does,
Remember, we had the field trip to the.
it was part of this, it was part of the summer school plan. So when we had summer school last fiscal year, starting in July, we only did 20 days. We had an audit finding the prior year because we only did 20 and not the 30. So in order for us not to get a finding or audit, we tacked on the 10 days at the end of the school year in June.
Okay,
And so that is.
so it was summer school plan. then.
Yes, part of the summer.
I get it.
So after our training yesterday, I was like, okay, so the principals and I need to sit down and really come up with a solid plan. But as of right now, this moment, we don't have that for this. So that's why.
what happened with the plan was the plan that Tahuchi and Janice worked on, right? And they came and presented some things. That was just.
That was the
ending,
summer
that was
school
ending.
plan.
Yeah,
That's what the question, yeah, I just asked, because I thought the same thing, because
Yeah.
there were field trips in that.
right.
But my concern is too, though, is if we go ahead and approve this, and then we have all the future, all these field trips this year coming, and we don't have an ELO plan, and we did it for Orleans, and we still haven't got a plan. And and I don't know what funding looks like and where, so we have to be, I think we have to be able to nail it down a little bit better.
My understanding with the field trip, so as part of that is ACES has to be ongoing. So there was a parameter for the summer school that you couldn't use funds outside of the summer school, right, dates. So whatever was happening had to happen within the summer school. The school year is no problem because school is going and there's the after school program. So that was how the buses coming to play, there was other field trips.
And then
that
after
were
school,
paid for. Check that.
I'll double check. That's not how I took the training. I was like,
So with the ELOP, it's an ELOP, we have to have a program that is what, 210 days? And it has to be an after-school program. You have to provide 9 hours. That's in it, that's not in addition to, but it's side by side with ACES. ACES, ELOP is for students that are not attending ACES or who cannot, maybe didn't make the list. Again, you have to have a program in place, and you can have those programs in place, but it goes side by side with ACES. Our plan, as soon as our plan is made and approved by the board, then we can utilize those funds for those activities. However, we have to take into consideration that if we start an ELOP program, it's gonna be across the district. And it has to be 210 days. We are going to be outside of that 210 in order for us to not have an audit finding, because we're already too late in the year. Now, we also have to remember with ELOP, when those funds first came out, that was monies to extend the school day, extend the school year, or summer school. So the main focus on the district was summer school at that time. We knew that we've always done summer school, and that was the focus. It wasn't until a year ago that we had all these bells and whistles that we could really do with the field trips, and this is what this program is doing. Our plan was already approved. We had already approved for the summer school, so we didn't have the timing or the thought to move forward with these programs. We didn't have those resources in place. And so when Jackson would meet with the administrators, looking ahead, we have to remember, we still have to have resources in order to have programs that are put in place, because you have to have it every day that we're in session. And so when we
supplement, not supplant.
yes,
Right.
yes, and when we receive the money that we receive, which is very generous, you do only have a few people that actually can take advantage of utilizing those funds. It's our resources. Unfortunately, we run into a resource problem to be able to provide our students with different programs. We're trying. I mean, we definitely are doing that. We're doing everything we can. However, it has to be across the board, district wide. It cannot be just that one group for ELOP. It has to be inclusive. So just keep in mind that those plans are coming in place, and Jacqueline's gonna.
My
Do an
takeaway
excellent
from it
job.
is I need a plan.
Yes.
I left and I was like, they killed all my dreams. 'Cause I
Yes.
had all these things. They're gonna pay for this, and we're gonna pay for this,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this out of it. Cause it is a good opportunity, but we just need to create a plan. So I think once we sit down and do that, I'm not worried about that necessarily. I think we can totally do it. But
You have to
it
take
doesn't
all
help
the
you
other
write the
schools.
Or all the other schools can take a trip similar, right? So.
Does it have to be at the same time?
No,
like we thought about all the sixth grade can do environmental camp or, something like that. So that because that's the other thing, it has to be an opportunity for everybody. So if you do something for sixth grade at Orleans, you got to do it for all the sixth graders in the district or whatever.
Or at least have it.
At least have it
Have it offered, yes.
They, those other, the sixth, seventh and eighth grade teachers may not be planning that,
Right.
but that doesn't stop Orleans fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth from planning it, right?
I don't know.
Seventh and eighth
graders are not included in ELOP.
Not to the teachers, it's gotta be offered to all the students.
Oh, I know, but I mean, so Okay, just
Seventh and eighth
because,
graders are not included in ELOP.
Yeah.
So you know.
oh, okay, so fifth and sixth graders. So if Orleans offers this, that means that, which, I don't know, Jack Norton, Hoopa, and Trinity Valley can all offer it as well. They have that opportunity, whether they,
in sixth grade.
Huh?
She said, which that too, and I said, they don't have it in sixth grade, she just saying.
No, I
Sixth
think you're
grade
opposite.
trip.
DLOP has to offer it to all the sixth grade through.
Six.
And then someone says, yeah, we want to do that, and you include all that group in the.
But
in
you
the-
can section it off. She could take her own. Or
that's what I
each
mean,
group.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
at.
yeah, it's
That's
not- yeah.
offered. Can we do that in retrospect, like?
It would
I
be an
just want
audit
these
finding.
guys to
It would be,
not want-
if we don't do it the right way, it'll definitely be an audit finding, because they're already looking at us for the DLP.
Shouldn't we at least give them one finding?
No.
Go do that again.
No, and they did mention, speaking to our auditor several times in that workshop yesterday. So.
So what's our
it was-
solution?
So how much money we're talking about? I'm still on this trip and how much money are
Well,
we?
you must have a budget for field trips also, right?
Yeah, we do. So I did put Title I, Goal 3, Activity 1 could help with the van cost. And yeah, I don't know if maybe it can help with I have to look and see how much is in there. We haven't used any yet this year. And, you know, we'll be approving a new site plan for this year, so we could put more money in there if needed. Yeah, and then the
Hang on.
camping.
Trustee Ray has a question.
Yeah,
So you have a van that was bought by ELOP funds? I thought every site got a van. Bought by ELOP funds.
I've got a couple of them coming, yeah, and they're still
They're not all
coming in.
in.
They're still coming in.
There's
Some sites already have vans, so.
but I think we still have to pay for the mileage. How does that?
Yeah,
work?
you-
Yeah, everyone still has to have a budget for the sake that they have to.
Can we approve the trip and pending, an approved budget? I don't know who approves the budgets, but you know, and I don't know where CBO has to approve the budget, make sure everything. Cause our CBO should be on some type of approval check on all of our action items that require money. I've said that before, just to look at it, and I think on things that you submit, you should have a checkbox there, I approve this,
But I
yada, yada.
I have-
But I think, can we approve it and then figure out the budget? And if there is money in the budget appropriately, then it's a go.
But
I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, I have an important question though. So we're not providing breakfast and lunch for our students during this field trip.
Only on the first day,
Why?
because we can't send food like that with them. Like,
Oh.
yeah, I looked into it, it's, that there has to be certain temperature, there's all these different.
I
Yeah.
think like Wolf Creek,
We can't even.
Yeah,
have
so
peanut
like-
butter and jelly?
we do.
We can
Probably throw a few, that's what they.
I mean, that's what we
first
were
day.
asking for, was like peanut butter and jelly, loaf of bread, pancake mix, stuff that's like not perishable.
Right.
Yeah, there's.
If I may,
Yeah.
let me help Tosh out a little bit. You also run into the point of sale. Again,
There's
another audit finding,
500
you have to be there for a point of sale. So you can't just say, we're gonna give you peanut butter and jelly, because it's a reimbursable. Am I saying that? Program with cafeteria. We can't get reimbursed if we don't meet all the food requirements for that meal. So unfortunately, we can't just do perishables.
So we can do it the first
But
day.
if you do the first day, they
That's
can
like a
have that,
normal field
yes,
trip.
that's a normal
Okay.
field trip.
Okay.
Well,
And
that's
it's day
breakfast
two.
and
We also could just do a list and all the parents.
Yeah, we could do it Shelley's Lester style.
Yeah.
For the food and.
You're
we can
bringing the
figure out-
apples, and you're bringing the peanut butter, and you're bringing the bread, and you're bringing the cookies.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so. Okay, okay.
So what's the motion look like then? So because we can't put the LOP in it, so we're gonna just approve the field trip budget to be worked out with superintendent.
Yeah.
And you can put in CBO, we'll work it out. All of us will work it out.
Does that sound appropriate, Martha?
Overnight field trip.
Well, it's gonna,
Yeah.
I'll put the dates in, so it's gonna be a motion for approval of the Orleans field trip, to Crater Lake, Oregon, using. I'm just not in. Taking the rest out. Oregon, September 16th through the 19th, 2025. Upon approval of a budget. Set up between
Yeah,
the principal, superintendent, and the CBO.
Sounds good.
and I feel bad that you do not have all of the details of the trip in front of you. Should I?
I do too,
Email
because they're
them to you?
always interesting.
I know.
It's the final amount.
It's 3,745. I just added it based on.
That's
Three
might not be exact.
3,745.
They have different ideas for the food, so
Yeah.
that should come down,
Well,
12,000 of that. could
Yeah.
go off for food, if we
Right.
figure out the food.
Right, and then with Save California Salmon helping out with some food costs.
Oh, yeah, you had that one too. Okay,
Right.
so pending budget,
So between $2,000 and $3,000 total, it sounds like. Maybe.
Probably 3.
so let's see,
How many people?
pending,
We are
30,
expecting about, yeah, we have 36 kids. There's like 1 or 2 that said they're not going, but. And then we have a decent number of chaperones going too,
It's
so.
gonna be a really, really great trip.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to miss out on it, and it's coming up really soon,
I
so
know.
I think it's important. They're gonna have so much fun. I hope they get dessert every night. That's the highlight for the whole.
I hope we don't get rain on, but it looks like the rain is knocking out the smoke right now, and then it's supposed to be nice. We're up there, so.
good. All right, okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, after, just like you were. I have a motion made by trustee Jackson, seconded by trustee McLaughlin. For approval of the Orleans field trip to Crater Lake, Oregon, September 16th through the 19th, 2025, pending budget approval between superintendent, CBO, and site administrator. Does that sound good? All in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Thank you.
But yes, we would like to see the info, because
Yeah.
it's always fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have approval of resolution 2025-26, education assignment notification, hires outside of their credential field or out of their major minor field of study. This is the one for, no, this is the one that we are passing.
Yeah.
This is the one for provisional
Internship permit.
so. Do we have any public comment on this resolution? Go ahead, Annalise.
So for this one and the next one, just I guess a reminder or a suggestion to put out more information to the community when these come out. Because otherwise it just sounds like there's teachers teaching things that they absolutely know nothing about. And then it kind of comes up every year. So I don't know, maybe like a public statement on that.
I mean, there could be something in the better explanation, even in the packet.
I suggested that last year and I don't know if there's already like a template for it.
Right, because all we get is the resolution and it really doesn't explain. I mean, and I know what's going on and I go through the whole thing and go, oh, yeah, that's what that is. So if we could just, that's a great idea, Annalise, thank you. I think we
Add
should.
another whereas, can you do that?
Well, I think we should just have a note from the
Parent
superintendent
letter should be more self-explanatory.
with some more explanation of what this means, because it's really, this makes it sound harsher than it is. It's really a good thing. Because we really are.
But as a parent, it's upsetting to be like, my kid's teacher doesn't, I mean, I understand that, so. Okay,
Exactly.
I'll put something up.
You want to mention that that's not teaching.
This is not the same one.
Oh, it's no.
This is the one before. This is.
Yeah, I know, I was getting ahead of it.
Right. Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll go through.
Second.
Have a motion made by trustee McLaughlin, seconded by trustee Bray. for approval of resolution 2025-26, education assignment notification, hires outside of their credential field / or out of their major / minor field of study. And this is for the 2025-2026 school year. Right? Yes. All in favor? Well, did any more public comment? I'm sorry, did we just have Annalise? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, motion is approved. We are tabling approval of resolution 2025-27, local assignment notification to allow teachers to teach one or more periods in a subject area out of their major or minor field of study. We're tabling that to the September 15th. Do we have any public comment on that item? That brings us to trustee reports. Trustee Bray.
No, I wish that our open houses wouldn't be on a board meeting night. But they are, so I'm missing that, but I don't have really anything else to say.
Thank you. I'm Lori Hodge for trustee area 2. I just want to thank everyone for coming. This work is sort of getting a better turnout, I think. And I'm happy to see the tribe represented here, and I'm hopeful to see more of that. We have some important issues coming up, and I'm going to be real happy for the collaboration. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Next, we have Martha.
Well, I just want to say, I really feel like we're getting a good start this year, district-wide, not just my area. And I know I feel hopeful, feel really hopeful about this year and about the staffs that we have going on, that what's happening and this feeling of coming together. I'm really proud of us.
Thank you, Martha. Next, we have
She had to hop off. She was having technical difficulty.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
area 5, Frank Richards.
I do. Like Martha just said, got a lot of hope, a lot of faith in what's gonna happen with this school year. We got some interviews with some new people. Always have hope. But one thing I wanted to announce is that I'm the producer of shows over at the KIDE radio station. I just had my first PSA about this meeting tonight. But I want to start a program with Community Matters. Robert Kinney is the producer of shows too. He does the school sports stuff. So if we can get dates sent to us, anything else sent to us, I'll put it on the radio.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
So, thank you. Trustee Jackson?
Well, I agree with my friend Frank. And I would like for us to have a report on the 7th and 8th grade, like how they're doing over there.
How it's going so
How
far
it's going
and how their attendance is. I think we need to keep good track of that.
You want to share anything, Scotty?
I don't mind sharing at all. The only thing I can speak to is attendance because we haven't drawn those numbers yet, but the transition is going fairly well. We have students buy into what we're doing, with some refinements need to be made. The interaction and having kind of a little bit of a staggered bell schedule and separate lunches is helping with the extra 70+ bodies on the campus, but that coupled with the cell phone ban, we're seeing a lot of conversations and kids interacting with each other. And so far, with the exception of one conflict we had, between similar grade levels and the same grade levels, it's going good. It's going really good.
Knock on wood, everybody.
What's that?
I said, now knock on wood that you said that.
Yeah.
It is going well though. It feels good. I was on the campus. It feels good on the campus. I've spent some time on several of our campuses. I haven't made it down to Jack Norton yet, but I'm hoping to make it down there this week. And it felt good. It feels good at the elementary. Kids were in classrooms. I was on the playground for all the duties for a while, and that was good too. Kids seem to be happy to be at school. A lot of kids like their teachers. I spent like an hour at Trinity Valley one day. It seems like their transition is going pretty well too. I spent a little bit of time at Orleans, had a really great time there. It feels pretty good. So I think we're moving in a good direction. I'm excited about
I
it.
think the only thing that we're seeing as far as the impact and Superintendent McCall and I have talked is our classes are full.
Yeah.
Some of them are boiling over, which because of the puzzle of how that master schedule works, it's leaving a little bit of a limited opportunity for students who need to move to another class or drop a class and pick up another one. We don't have a lot of wiggle room, and in fact, we're overflowing in quite a few classes.
We really need one more teacher at the high school. So.
Teachers.
So have we?
Yes, we're still looking.
Okay. Do we have any public comment on non-agenda items?
I would just like to say thank you guys for the extra work you put in to keep Jack Norton open. It was awesome. I know that was kind of crunch time and it was last minute, but you guys figured it out and made it work. And wherever kids can learn best is awesome. So I just like to thank you guys for making it happen and getting it done. That's awesome. Good job.
Can you drive a bus?
The fire truck down there. I'm a Haley, we can drive anything.
Take you up on that tomorrow morning.
Fire truck, yeah.
Anyone else? Annalise?
I guess it's for the next section.
Yeah. You want to go ahead with the next one, Indian policies and procedures?
Yeah, I was going to ask when the impact aid report will come out from the previous school year. We still haven't received that. I was told it was going to be released at the end of August. We still haven't received it.
We've been asking to.
I'll have an answer for you. I promise.
Yeah, and then I also wanted to bring up site councils and starting to get site councils going too, and
Yes.
when that timeline.
I think all the principals are working on that right now. We've been trying to have principal/management meetings Wednesdays, and so it's a good time to just be like, okay, what's coming up, planning out dates and looking at site councils, thinking about SIPSAs, all the things. So I know they're all working on building their site councils right now. Some of them feel like they only had a couple of maybe positions open anyway, so they're getting that going. I think that's a good opportunity at back to school night to kind of ask, and get some parents involved that way too. So I think some of them were looking forward to their back to school nights, but.
I also wanted to see if there were any efforts being made to collect the form certifying the Indian children. Forget the actual name of the form, but generally they're in those packets that go out to students at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Just to emphasize that it's really important that those come back for Indian ed monies.
Dana, are those in that?
Yeah, they're out.
Okay, those packets have them, they got them yesterday.
They got
Pass them, so,
them.
yeah.
Are we giving out incentives
where
to get
Karen
those back so that we get them back as quickly as possible?
I didn't do like a district incentive, but we could, usually the principals kind of each do something at their sites, but.
I know Scotty used to do extra, or one classroom do some extra credit for people, get the students that got their packet back to him by a certain time. You still do that, Scotty?
I did that at Hoopa L. I haven't done that at the high school.
Somebody did, because my son had his and he was all excited to get extra
I
credit.
think that was probably the teacher. I don't
Was
know.
a teacher then, probably his homeroom teacher.
Well,
Okay. Anything else? Anything else on Indian policies and procedures? Then we're adjourned at 8:27.
But
Do you want to talk to?